were paid 1,000 shillings, 500 shillings for their fuel, and 500 shillings for going to the CBD to destroy and to cause chaos to the innocent Gen Zs who are expressing their democratic rights. Mr. Speaker, I'm kind of ashamed with some leaders of this nation, and to be precise, Women Representative, Nairobi County, Esther Passaris, what you did yesterday night when you were being interviewed together with Marco Ure, it's a direct confirmation to us that you know not what took you to the parliament. Mr. Speaker, it's quite saddening that people like Esther Passaris are as at now marrying with the government, which them, the very people, fought in the previous days. Mr. Speaker, allow me also to touch on the issue which took place a day before yesterday. It was slightly touched by my honorable member, Nuru Okanga, and I want to touch it, Mr. Honorable John Mbadi. And I'm even sorry to call you an honorable, because you don't deserve that name. Mbadi, don't be a power hungry. You served as an MP for 3 terms. That's a total of 15 years. What did you do to Suba South? Not even a single road. Not even a single project under your name. And now that you are hungry to be given a CS position, you want to give us directions. We won't allow that. When Karolio Mondi accepted to marry the government immediately after elections, you branded him names. You called him a Judas. What about you now? Mr. Speaker, I have another message to our president. Mr. President, we don't need reshuffling. We need fresh blood. We need corruption-free people. People with no criminal records. And by even taking Duale from defense to environment.
What
is your problem? Go to the Kwara and open your bunge. Go to Kware. Mr. Speaker, as I continue, I'm addressing Mr. William Ruto. As at now, Ruto does not even deserve a name honorable, because his actions are not honorable. Taking Duale from defense to environment is doing nothing. Reshuffling is what we never wanted. We wanted fresh blood. People who are corruption free. People who have no criminal records. But Aden Duale, his mouth alone betrays him. And let me tell you, Mr. Ruto, these old people you take to all the cabinet secretary positions, not all of them are wise. Even fools grow old, and that's why they misadvised you. We the Gen Zs fighting for the third liberation of this country, we know what's right and we know what's wrong. That's why we don't walk with stones. And to the police, let me tell you, these people you are fighting are your brothers and sisters. They are not fighting for something for their own interest, but even to your very own interests. Because there is not even a single day economy of this nation will grow without you included. Why do you kill innocent people? Why do you block innocent people? Why do you beat us? Why do you tear gas us? Don't you know the effects of tear gas? Mr. Speaker, I think our policemen are wasting our resources. You can't take 9 months in a PTC or that in Nyeri, how do we call it, where Kenya police train. 9 months, Kiganjo, training for nothing. Yet you only know how to shoot a gun, how to throw tear gas to innocent people unharmed. We are not fools, Kenya police. You should do your roles. And Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, allow me congratulate my brothers who work at the Defense Forces. Who? Our brothers, the Kenya Defense Forces. These are very wise people. They know what they were trained for. They know very well they were trained to counter terrorists. But when they were taken to the streets, they saw no terrorists. They saw innocent Kenyans exercising their democratic rights. So, Mr. Ruto, as I conclude, together with your goon government, because we don't have a government. We have a goon government being headed by goons. In the first demonstrations, Mr. Speaker, as I conclude, there was one woman who stood boldly and said it, that what was done to them in 2007 is what's happening now. And she mentioned the name, and the name was Ruto. I'm quoting her statements, not my very own statements. She said Ruto is the very person who killed their loved ones in 2007. If she referred to Ruto as a goon back then in 2007, and now Ruto is the head of a government, anybody heading a goons is called a goon. And if the government does not have a government, then we have a goon government. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.